everyone, and we're trying something a little bit new today. I'm in a backyard in Cleveland. It's gorgeous out. It's sunny, crisp, and cool. There's birds. There's a little road noise. There may be a lawnmower or two at some point. But I wanted to show you something that I've been working on. This film is kind of a rush job. That intro is done in about 5 minutes. Some of those images you've seen before. Others might be new. I tried to throw in some things that I hadn't shown before. And Adam Weintraub is the person I co-teach with in Peru. We had a student write us and say, look, I have to bow out of the workshop. So we had a space at the workshop open up. And I'm trying not to obsess about Peru. It's hard not to, but I've got 5 more cities on this road trip. And then I head to the Balkans to teach in Albania, which is awesome. And then I come back and I'm in New York for a while and Maine for a couple of months. Then I go back to New Mexico and then to Peru. But it's hard not to obsess about Peru. I'm working it with this software that you're seeing here. It's called MILNOR, and that sounds like something that I developed. MILNOR Notes, MILNOR. But turns out I had nothing to do with this. Somebody else's program. This is a program that allows me to storyboard and sort of keep track of the projects I'm working on. I just started using it. So like, for example, this is my biggest week in American birding. This allows me to like sort of create a mood board with some of the work, my script that I'm going to use for the voiceover. And then I've got this thing in here called Peru Miss. And I want to go through this image by image and tell you why I screwed this up. This was in Peru from the last class. And we were driving from point A to point B, somewhere in the mountains. I have no idea where we were. All of a sudden, we come to this small town, and there is some sort of festival happening, and it's pumping, it's booming. People are drinking, they're celebrating, there's like either some sort of marriage thing happening or whatever. I don't remember what it is. All I know is thinking, oh my God, this is perfect. This is ideal. I'm going to hammer this and come out with a set of pure gold images. And in essence, what happened was I just dropped the ball. I didn't get anything. And I want to show you this and say, you know what? It happens. It happens to all of us. And instead of being completely bummed out about the whole thing, I find it incredibly motivating to go back. And not that I'm going to go back to this town or I'm ever going to see this event again, but anytime I miss something, it tends to be more of a motivating factor than when I actually get something. If I get something good, yeah, it's great, whatever, I file it away. When I miss something, it haunts me. It haunts me, it drives me crazy until I can get back and make something new that's good. So let's walk through this one at a time and I'll tell you why these images suck so bad. So here we are. Sorry, I'm still learning this program and I'm using a mouse that I'm not used to. This is the first image. These are women dressed up in a line, all performing in some way, shape, or form. And instead of just shooting this, I decided to get really tricky and cool and sophisticated using a slow shutter speed. Like I was trying to pan with these women who are all moving in different directions. So when you're panning, that doesn't work because you might get one that's in focus in the same direction that you're panning. But the rest of them are just going to look soft and out of focus and blurry. So I look at this picture and I'm like, yeah, it's close. Like this dude in the middle holding this speaker on his head, he's sharp, but the rest of these people, no, it doesn't work. It just doesn't fire for me. Same with this. Had these two women been tack sharp, and this one's close. This woman right here, hang on a second, I think I can draw. I can draw. Let's try this. Let me do this. Yeah, look at that. Save. Not really, I don't want to save that. Can I still draw without using that? How about an arrow? That's weird. All right, forget it. Anyway, this woman right here should be tack sharp. She's not. This is out of focus. This drives me crazy. Again, close, didn't get it, drives me crazy. This looks like a speaker on her head. I don't know what's happening here. They're really into speakers. This is probably, it's boring. This is a boring image. It's straightforward. Oh, those are cases of beer they're carrying around, not speakers. My bad. That makes total sense and makes me want to go back to this village and party with these people. By the way, look at these mountains in the background. Peru is insane mountain-wise. This is okay, this image, but kind of boring. Kind of boring, not so fantastic, just not quite enough, you know? Just not doing it for me. This, close, again, this dude was awesome. He was drinking, he was partying, he has a vest made of money here you're going to see in a minute. I don't know who he is, but I want to know him, and I want to party with him. This is close. This is an okay image. There's a real moment happening here. Just doesn't feel quite enough for me. This is like a B-level image. I don't know. This kind of bothers me. And here he is. This dude, look at him. If you go to this town and you're looking for the guy to party with, this is him. Don't know what all this stuff is, but he's got it, and he's got his entire case of beer for himself. He's got his running shoes on just in case he wants to bang out a 10K after this. Again, there's a busy background. I don't like the framing. This is horrible with this woman over here. I don't like where the horizon line is. There's nothing about that picture I like. This is okay. I should have used a wider aperture so there was a little more fall off because this is pretty distracting in the background. And really the image is right here. It's, whoops, sorry. I so want to draw here. The image is right here, basically. That would have been better. Plus I should have gotten closer, which would have meant the fall off would have been even better. And you wouldn't have literally everything in the frame in focus. That's an epic fail. This one, terrible. I'm trying here. I've got a foreground, I've got a midground, and a background. It's not good. She's got a weird facial expression. These people look like they're as much in focus as she is. It's just off. It's just a wrong moment. This could have been good. Again, I think the real image is right here, to crop in. That would have been much smarter. This is a bizarre, God, I'm still not used to this app. This is a really bizarre, this shouldn't be here. This whole section of the frame is a waste. That's not good. The moment is good with the smile and the beer, but it's just not good enough a photograph. This one, terrible. This is a feeling out picture. This is what happens when you first get to a scene and you're so excited you're like beside yourself, and you just start banging off frames because you're like, I got to work my way into the scene. And there are things in here that, like, this dude is having a party by himself. I think there's an image here that would be good, but I just don't have it. It's just not there. Scene setter. This one, again, not bad. This is another guy partying. He's got lots of cash on his hat. He's going somewhere. He's facing away. I have images of him in both directions. It's close, not great. Same guy turning around, coming back at me. I do think there's an image here, but it's too loose. All these things on the side are kind of a distraction. It is a nice little moment, not great. B-level, C-level picture. This one, again, trying to get cutesy and panning. This guy is in focus, which is kind of nice. But again, this is a bit of an atmospheric picture that does have an okay feel. I might use this for something, but again, not quite good enough. This one, you've got these girls here in the foreground that are almost sharp. They're close, but again, I don't know. And also, now that I look at this, that's a really nice little moment right there, but I should have been closer. Again, sloppy photography, sloppy work here. This doesn't work. And so I just wanted to show you that and I want you to realize that this happens to everybody. You're going to get into a scene where it's a target-rich environment where you should come out with something A+, and you come out with like my college algebra scores, C- or a D, mercy grades. Don't worry about it. Get back in the saddle and go out and keep shooting.